really done a video about my sort of latest bike, so I went from the little 125, which was just too slow, and got the BMW GS310, or what are they actually called again? I've already forgotten. G310GS. And yeah, really nice bike, quite tall. You need to be quite tall from the comfort of this designer bike and one of the GSLs as well. They are super comfortable. There's a bit of wind out. So I've got hand guards to fit today and a bigger screen. The bigger screen's been on before. I found out on the 125 you need a screen if you've come from a fairing bike, or if you've never had a fairing bike or a big screen bike, you need it. The difference in cold, and the hand guards as well, shielding of the wind, just makes a massive difference. I've got a cheap sort of Chinese big screen. I've had this on before, took it off for its service. Nice big screen it is, makes it look like a proper GS, but the difference in wind thing, the only annoying thing is with this one, for my height, I'm about 5'10", I do get the wind right in the face. And I bought some cheap Chinese handguards at first. They were really unpleasant fitting. I should have done a video of them. They're upstairs now because they're garbage. And I bought the Power Bronze one, 91 quid off a Power Bronze eBay. That's got a coating on it at the minute. 89 on their own store, but then like £5 delivery, so it's cheaper off their eBay store. Is the same company, it's like direct. Some nice fitting bits. I'll do fitting in a minute. I was hoping it was the one off the wind mirrors, although sort of taking your wind mirrors off is a bit of a pain, you might think. It's quite an easy one in the grand scheme of things. These ones are going to go on the bolt that holds your levers on, so in a sense one bolt each side, not too bad. But this little contraption's all going to go inside the existing weight, so that'd be interesting to see. But I say I'll get it out and I'll do a video and put it on. So screen wise, I'll just quickly do it, nothing much to see. So the beamer was obviously a very good quality one. I was going to buy the Power Bronze one, and I might do it at some point. See how nice and thick that is. So you just pull out the little rubbers which come out, and the little inserts come out, so they go in from the back. This one's upside down at the minute. Rubber bit in, slot your little inserts in, and then I use a little bit of blue, which is like medium thread lock, well worth it on bikes. Tiny bit on each thread, only a tiny dib, so one drip on one, rub it onto a second one, bosh it straight in. So the screens are doddle fit. These are a little bit crap fitting, you have to get the bolts in a little bit, then tighten them up. You can see how much thinner it is than the BMW one, especially the mounting point. But yeah, for what that's got to do and how much sort of damage they take, you can see how it's been on probably 6 months before and it's already quite worn. Anyway, that's it. Just on there, sort of, you get what you pay for stuff. So obviously look at the screen alignment, and if you can see through that bolt there, initially nowhere near, they're all just touching at the minute. And what you have to actually do on this one is squidge it down and across. Look at that. Yeah, you get what you pay for, but it immediately makes it look like a real GS. The difference is shattering, like when you're riding it. And even it felt like the front was all different. I like the amount of like angle they've put on this screen. Fits really nicely, but whether it's wind efficient, and say the wind off the top of this smashes you straight in the face. Still worse, still better than the naked. Right, so I'm just moving on to the first one of these guys now. So this is the original bar end. Should be a bolt somewhere that belongs to that. So I hope I ain't lost it already. And he's a fair old lump, so a good size weight. But what I've already seen is this is going to extend out about another inch either side. And I would have liked that to have slotted in there neatly. I mean, obviously it will line up when the bolt goes through. It'll line up when the bolt goes through, but it would be nice if it was snug. Aye, but yeah, going to put probably an inch on each side of the bar, which going through traffic's going to make a big difference. The other clip, which say normally you want the one that bridges off of here and goes over the top and in here, because on the cheap Chinese one, the horrible bottom mount it had here got really close to scratching the bodywork in here. I've actually moved the handlebars forward because of it, so I might move them back in now, but if you can get that in the light. So he's going off this nylon bolt. Just block the light, see if it'll get a bit of visibility there. Just trying to get it to adjust for the darkness, but it don't want to, does it? The sun's in an awkward position. Anyway, there's a little bolt there. That's easy enough on the kit. So bottom bolt off, leave him loose initially till you get your alignment. Let's start to put the monstrosity together and see how that looks. Hold on, you girl. Just to have one more look at this. Hold on, I'm just talking to my video. So you got bolt through the power bronze, which fits beautifully into this one. So that is a beautiful fit. Nice little rubber. Everybody likes a little rubber. And then he'll cozy up against that. So you've got a beautiful join there because of the rubber grommet. But say that one, that's not the nicest one. What a shame it didn't fit snug in that hole. Right, I'm going to pop that on because I won't be able to hold the phone at the same time. Right, first one's on, so as I say, that is a massive variation. Quite why that's there, I do not know. So I think for 91 quid they could have done better. I mean, I'm almost tempted just to take that piece out and just bend it in, touch it on the end there. To me, that might work. Also, and I did find this was a cheap one, just hits. And I wouldn't necessarily blame the screen. Yeah, it is. It's just hitting the screen before the body. So I suppose they've done it to the millimetre, like this join is. Right to the money on the old clutch, look. But to the money's fine. Right. But yeah, I think if I'm getting them, I'd recommend the ones that come down. It seems to like choosing the position, so it's still got a lot of movement in it. Which is moving the bar end, but not the nut. I'm hoping. No, the nut's moving. I want to try and tighten it some more then, but it didn't seem to want to. Right, they're both on. Yeah, so I don't think I'm entirely happy, not for the money. I mean, the quality's there on these fittings, but quite why this didn't go here. But look at this, right, what I did find when I first put it on to try and use it without the block, it was like out here. What I found was, look how far over this brake. I had to move the lever mount. If you look now, it's much more on part with the opposite side, so I'd say that was beam where I had that in the wrong place. I even measured it from the end, so if you look here, the end of the lever could be different than levers, almost level the end of the grip. I'd say we're still a little over on this one. See it? Interesting, very interesting. But yeah, I think that's really put a lot of width on the bike. But so when you put them on and the things on, then it really starts to look like a real GS. Feels like one to ride. I think that's going to have to tip up more. As I say, I don't like the way this has movement in it, but can move the bolt and all. A bit too much movement. We'll see. The cheap ones did that as well, but not as bad actually.